Up next, District 2 Councilmember Denise Fry.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about fireworks. Looking at the council emails that came through about this issue, it seemed that most, if not all, of the complaints were from my district. I was certainly aware of them. And I know that we've considered ways in which to mitigate the negative impact. And I think we're going to be discussing this in public safety. I think Chairperson Chamberlain, whether we discuss and complete some kind of restrictions on them. I think a good place to start might be social influence. It's not just pets that are impacted. We have a high number of combat veterans that live in Bremerton, and often they are triggered, their PTSD is triggered with explosions. And so I found these, online and just thought, oh, that might be a good idea. Maybe the city has signs that are put up, just making people aware or reminding people. So thought I'd throw that out there. Next slide, please. Yes, I attended the AWC conference in Vancouver, and President Goodnow was just asking me how it was, and it was great. Thank you. I was the only one that made it from Bremerton that was noticed and commented on by many. I assured everybody that it was not personal and that we love AWC. And yet I had a great time, connected with a lot of people, what I perceived as cutting edge types of programming in climate resilience and so forth. Let's go to the next slide. Thank you. There's actually a handbook, a climate resilience handbook, and there's also a for cities, and there's also an interesting program where they pair a volunteer from an AmeriCorps program, not a typical AmeriCorps program. This is in partnership with a firm. So it would be master's level students who are doing somewhat of an internship around climate. And they would be working, within the city, paired with public works or wherever we wanted to put them. And so I thought I would throw that out. I'm certainly going to be sharing it with staff. It might be a way to build some capacity within the city around climate resilience using a federal program that's funded. Next slide, please. There was an equity resource guide, which the city probably already has, but I was pretty impressed with it. And I know that we're really taking a look at that. There was some really good workshops that didn't even use a PowerPoint. It was really more of aha moments, creating aha moments, as I call them, with equity. Like, oh, yeah, it was fabulous. And I saw a lot of light bulbs going on in the room, which is always a good sign. Next slide, please. I brought socks. This isn't a picture of socks, but I did bring AWC socks back to a couple of council members as requested. Everybody else got something. I tried to think about what you would like. And Jennifer got a cool colored pen, yes, and little notepads. And so I distributed them in your boxes. I'm going to put this out there. I've only been a council member for a short period of time, but I already have a vision. And I've been telling everybody, you hate it when a city council person has a vision for their district. Well, it's resonating with people as I'm throwing this out, and I'm meeting with the mayor on Monday to talk to him about this. This is an area in my district that I walk quite a bit. I live about 2 blocks away, and it's a wonderful urban forest there on the right. And then it's surrounded by old, unused ball fields and a track. Now, The school districts own this property. This is a great example of how public land could be used for public good. I do have a meeting coming up with the superintendent as he leaves, and Ally Rotter, the president of the school board, just to, throw this out there, see if anything sticks. I like using public land for public good. And I think this would be a perfect place. I'm just going to go ahead and say it, for a new park. And I know that's like 8-10 years out, even if we get it on the list. But my district is a desert with parks. And don't tell me I can go over in District 1 because I have to cross a state highway to get over that. And I do not want families having to cross the state highway to get to a decent park for their kids. So this just seems like it's open, unused land that could be used. See if it sticks. That track area, to me, looks like a great place for housing. My district is adjacent to great shopping center, grocery stores. We've got the libraries right there. We've got View Ridge Elementary. It could be called View Ridge Park. Don't you just love it? Anyway, across the street from the library, the shared use path is already going in there as far as, multimodal. So it would be a great way that the Little League clubs are just chomping at the bit to have more actual fields to play on that are kept up and maintained. So anyway, that's just my pie in the sky kind of idea. And I wanted to leave you with that because, it doesn't happen unless you start with an idea. And that's it for me.
Thank